Well, good morning. Welcome, whatever time of day you're watching this, whether it is live or on a replay. It is 10 a.m. here on the West Coast of the United States. And it is, God, it's Thursday. Sorry, it's been a kind of a weird week. I am sharing a space with some folks due to some extenuating circumstances. And so all of my normal bits have been thrown this week. And so I've been thinking a lot about presence and, how does where you are at the moment relate to where you want to be in the future. And for right now, the most obvious disconnect between current and reality is I was just trying to make espresso and I turned around to grab some milk. Hello to those of you that have just joined us. So yeah, here's my espresso story of the morning. I attempted to make espresso, had everything set, ground the water, turned around and talked to my sister for a moment, turned back around and hit start and realized that I never moved the espresso from the grinder to the brewing side. So I got a cup of hot water with no coffee in it. Anyway, but we were thinking more about the future and what was going on with regards to that. And the impact is exciting, but sometimes it's interesting to go, okay, so where is my focus right now? And is it helping me get to where I want to be? And not that, either present focus or future focus is bad, but sometimes there's a disconnect. And so presence can be really useful, but also taking time to dream and think about what you would like to happen is important. And I think that's a lot to do with the writing process is, what do you want to happen? Where do you want to be in, an hour, 3 hours, 6 months? And you give yourself enough time to brainstorm and be there. All of that being said, it looks like there is a delivery truck outside, so we'll see if things get distracted here. But what's important to you guys this morning? What do you need to get done in the next 25 minutes? For me, a lot of it is kind of starting to come up with a plan of what do I need to get done when I return to, normal circumstances. And, some of that has shifted for me over the last week. What I keep thinking I need to do today and what I need to do tomorrow, it keeps changing. And, a week ago where I was headed, I wouldn't have necessarily been okay with it. But today I'm okay with it. And I know that's very ambiguous, but things keep changing and things keep changing rapidly. And, sometimes it's how do you make the adjustments? And Tiara, glad to see that you'll be focusing on some journaling over the length of this sprint. I'm going to, give this another minute or so, and then we will go ahead and start. So hopefully everyone can take a second and figure out what in the world they are wanting to work on. Grab your pens, your keyboard, whatever you need. Take a couple minutes, stretch, and kind of take a breath and get into the mindset of being present and focused to help yourself get, wherever you're headed over this next short period of time. And I can show that some days. I even can make the computer work. And again, thanks everybody for being here this morning. This has been a nice piece to be grounded by this week for me. And that being said, we'll go ahead and hit go. So Beth, I see you're working on some character development. I'm not sure how much of a lag I've got this morning between when people are commenting and when folks are hearing and getting my responses and when they get back to me. So that being said, we'll see you guys on the other side. I'm going to go ahead and mute this. I got that started. Um,
safe to come out now if you want.
Okay.
I was just about to warn you guys, and I was like, oh, there's the truck.
Yeah, no, I saw it. Everything's on mute right now. I've got all of 3 people on my live stream.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
Hallelujah.
I'm not in education. We are not on that. There we go. Oh. Four and a half minutes. I missed the 5-minute mark. All right, that is 25 minutes. How did that go for you guys? I so far have watched a delivery truck come in, listen to a whole bunch of dogs, get very excited by this, lose myself in my email, and, actually think I've got a couple ideas for blog posts over the next couple weeks. So I am making progress, even if it's a little bit scattered this morning. What did you guys get done? Hopefully it went well. To encourage you also to take a minute and get up and stretch. Again, sitting is at some point not super great for the body to do all the time, although I admit it feels way better sometimes than I'd like to admit it does. I don't always want to get up and move, but if I'm talking about it, I suppose I can get up and do it. That being said, I guess my head is now not really in the screen any longer, but I'm gonna do my own stretching for a minute and I will be right back. And Beth, I see it was slower than you'd hoped, but you stuck with it and hopefully got some stuff out anyway. And that's okay. There's another round here, and sometimes the characters need time to develop. So hopefully, by giving them the time and the space they need, you will come up with the right version for yourself. So have any of you guys thought about doing an end of year review? I realize it's, still almost a full month left, but with the holidays, I know lots of people lose, at least one, if not 2 or 3 weeks to various celebrations. And, taking a look at where you've been over the last year and what you've gotten done and what didn't go the way you wanted it to can be a really interesting perspective. Especially as this year, for most of us, doesn't look anything like we could have imagined last year at this time. I never expected to be sort of working from home for 9 months without really seeing coworkers or colleagues that I'd gotten used to being around. And, certainly all the places that I have spent time in evenings, are vastly different than what I have. I miss going out and, biking or running in the park. Not running might be a bit of an overstatement, but being outside. And I certainly have done some of that, but, to spontaneously call up a couple friends and be like, hey, let's go and do this is just, takes a whole nother level of planning this year. And lost the thought. I was going somewhere with that. Anyway, but it has given me a greater sense of appreciation for the things that I do have and the things that are going well. And, it's amazing to see how many adaptations people have made, both in school and businesses and the way people are celebrating and being with friends and family. It's different. It's not always comfortable, but, humans, we are resilient. And even if we're not doing exactly what we planned when we planned, we're good at being creative and finding some other ways to do it. And so even if you're stuck today, things will often shift tomorrow. And if not, hopefully there's someone to have a conversation or throw something into the comments here. And, I know that we're starting to see the same group of people over and over, and maybe there's even some way that you guys can collaborate in amongst yourselves. That being said, I think we're close enough to 5 minutes that, I'm going to see if I can find the timer on the desktop here. I've got far too many windows open. And then we will go ahead and do one more 25-minute sprint. And I will call it a morning today. Where is that window? There it is. Resetting for, come on. There we go. 25 minutes. Somewhere there is a start on this. All right. We'll see you guys on the other side. What is your plan for the next 25 minutes? And take a breath. And even if it's slow, keeping with it is a good plan. And we are just under 4 minutes. All right, and that is the end of the second sprint. Hopefully that went well. I am trying to share a different window. Why are you not cooperating with me? Because that's just not the way it goes. I was looking at Instagram and came across the Awkward Yeti is always an amusing comic. That's the word I'm looking for. And, this seems to sum up so much of my internal dilemma. Brain, checking, do we know what we're doing? We know what's good for us, and then sometimes I do what I want anyway, even if I know it's not good. And, then my brain gets irritated with me. But I will just leave that with you guys as a closing thought is, even if you know what you should do, it doesn't mean it's always what you end up doing, and that's okay. So what did you guys end up getting done over the last 25 minutes? And what are your plans between now and next Tuesday? For me, I need to try and get a couple of odds and ends wrapped up and hopefully launched, both for my blog and for some other social media stuff. Beth, you are welcome. Thank you for showing up today. And I will be back under normal circumstances next week when hopefully see you guys again on Tuesday. Same time, same drill. And again, at least it gives me an excuse to sit down and be at my computer and actually get something done. So thank you for actually giving me the motivation to sit down and do it. It's far easier when I know there are actually people there. It's a little bit harder to, it makes my heart a little bit more encouraged to be here and makes me a little more interested in being here. When it's not just me trying to talk my heart into doing it, for sure. Anyway, that being said, have a lovely weekend and we'll talk to you next week. And I also am not as used to working on a Mac, so I will keep talking until I find the end broadcast button. All right, we'll talk to you guys later.